Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Kamala Harris is having the weekend of her life. But first, look at this. What is this? What do you see? It's me trying my first word in front of my first big word in front of my parents.
I think we kind of went into the game too, like a staggering. You know, I think we kind of went into the game too, like a staggering.
I also had a lackadaisical weekend. Did you? Let's get back to the music. What is happening here? Who is this? Kamala Harris tries alcohol for the first time in front of children as she celebrates losing. A woman has something that you're not allowed to talk about on TV put up her in the middle of a press conference as a joke in Canada. Canada is absolutely disgusting. I had no idea they were into this sort of freak off. SNL has their own funeral on live TV because comedy is dead. Woman drops N-bomb. Bernie Sanders tries to make sense of it all. Sudden at the whites. Harris Fund is in so much debt. They're asking for more money. Will you give us money so we can do recounts? Oh, I didn't know Democrats were into that kind of thing. Alex Jones shaves his freaking head on TV. AOC plays video games. And what might drive all leftists up the wall is this pick for border security. This is gonna be great.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go lick the world.
Trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
Suck on this, Biden.
Would we all of our
Folks stepping on them. There's less black.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Begging for our enemies to penetrate.
Trump incited an erection.
COVID-19 heal for checkup.
Cis-het white males.
Yeah, and so...
Oh, I hate those.
Even I won't buy bacon anymore. It's too expensive.
And then punches him in the chest.
Why did your friend Jim Comey let you off so easy?
Good afternoon. I hope you're having a freaking fantastic day. What's up, Tom? How's everyone feeling? Happy Monday. Happy freaking Monday. This video going around is just my favorite. Do you guys remember the first time you tried to say a really big word in front of the whole class? You just went for it. You learned a new word and you thought, you know what? I'm going to use this word. And all the fine ladies and everyone in the class is going to be totally stoked on me. They're going to be like, Derek, I can't believe you even know that word, bro. And you're like, I know. I'm a freaking genius.
You know, I think we kind of went into the game too, like a staggering. You know, I think we kind of went into...
And we went into the game, I don't know, lackadaisical. I remember my first break word. Kamala Harris celebrating over the weekend. Leftists everywhere are saying, oh, see, if Donald Trump lost, he wouldn't be celebrating with his children. He wouldn't be hanging out with kids. Yeah. You know what also Donald Trump wouldn't have? A freaking glass of wine next to children. Thank God it's not red on that freaking carpet. Am I right? Jeez. Can't have wine like that on carpet. It'll ruin a carpet. And you tell me in the chat what's actually happening in this picture. I don't know what's going on in Canada. Everything about this video is absolutely disgusting.
You mentioned.
What's the plan? Are there going to be more CBSA guards at the border? What are you going to do about it?
Oh no. What just happened? Oh no. What did you do, you dirty dog? Canada is known for many things, but I had no idea it would be something like this. What is happening in this video? Oh. Maybe this is how all our reaction should be when we hear the media. Okay, let's keep going down the pipe. SNL, I think this is hilarious. I watched SNL over the weekend, and I know all these right streamers are like, "Oh my god, they totally made fun of Kamala Harris." Sort of. I love how they had to address that they believe that all their viewers and everyone in the crowd is just Kamala Harris supporters. They still have this philosophy in their head that it's been drilled into them since day one that everyone on the left, the popular vote went to Kamala Harris, and Donald Trump just won the electors. But you and I both know that Donald Trump won both. And so they can't go with that narrative anymore. But that they still are holding on to it because it's like that's so ingrained in their cult-like philosophy that that the popular vote will always go towards us. It's always against us, against the man. Like, no, you're no longer part of the popular side anymore, bro. It's over. So they had to address the elephant in the room of depression. Because if Kamala Harris would have won, they would have been like dancing for joy at the beginning of this SNL episode. At least they turned it into comedy towards the end. Anywho, my favorite, this woman drops the N-word on freaking FanDuel.
Michael Porter Jr. recently said, "Oh, I don't like this. That if the Nuggets don't try to get me on that. They might have to break up the team." Lou, are you buying that this is the last dance for the Denver Nuggets?
Yeah, I'm buying.
Nuggets.
I'll buy it. Peter, you're going to be in trouble today.
That's not fair. It's not even a thing. It's not even a word.
Sounded like it.
You would love that.
Anyways, I'm buying it. All good things come to an end.
I don't like hearing it, though.
And it feels like we didn't like hearing that either.
It happens to all of us. It really does happen to all of us. Let's get down to what's really happening in the news of this Tom Homan being picked by Donald Trump. SNL's still crying and seething. Oh, they'll continue for a while. Border hawk Tom Homan is getting a prized border security job in the new administration. And some of the old clips of Tom coming out are just, they're going to be epic pieces to be studied because this guy is probably worse than Project 2025 in their eyes, or maybe he's just part of it. I mean, here's an older clip of Tom absolutely taking on AOC and watching her just freaking out about it's my favorite.
This memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
I love this idea of family separation. It's such an emotional talking point, and yeah, it's very sad. But you know what also, whose family gets separated? Anytime anyone breaks the law and goes to jail. Anytime you break the law, anytime you do a federal crime, so if you were to break into a country illegally, the chance of you being separated by your family is incredibly high. It's just another wonderful, fantastic Democrat talking point. And it's used fantastically because it does have a very emotional appeal to it. You're like, yeah, I don't want families to be ripped apart. And then you think about it for a second. If I was to commit a federal crime, would I be ripped apart from my family? Yes. Why am I not holding the same weight for these people? They're committing a crime. You're going to be separated. And I always wanted to see how the media will respond to Tom Homan. Fox News, Trump appoint former ICE director Tom Homan as next border czar. Nobody better in policy on borders. Trump taps former ICE Director Tom Homan to oversee mass deportations as border czar. National Review. Trump taps former immigration official Tom Homan as border czar. So it's pretty tame so far. But then you get to the Independent. Trump rehires Tom Homan, father of family separation policy. He's literally the father. You're not the father of the family separation policy. He's literally the father of it. He's the father. He birthed when men can't. Right-wingers, you always claim that men can't give birth, and here you are giving birth to a family separation policy? I knew you guys were trans. Trump rehires Tom Homan, father of family separation policy, as border czar. Zero tolerance. This is, you already know what the main talking points of this is going to be. Trump is going to go door to door, getting rid of people's families. He's going to take their abuelas and their niñas and their Santa Marias and their fathers and their mamas and their sisters. And all these rich libtards and celebtards are going to be freaking out. They're like, oh no, who's going to watch our kids? Oh no, you mean I have to be a mother? Oh my God. Oh, another clip just to seethe for Tom Homan. Oh, I can't wait for MSNBC today. They're going to be losing their absolute crap. And we're going to be here for it. We're going to be excited about it. I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it.
You were saying that. I wish somebody in Democratic leadership would say that out loud. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Yes.
Look, please respect the.
Oh my God. I can't wait to watch him try to do everything he can to close the actual border and for things to actually be safe on the border. And I'm excited to see all the left's talking points that come out about this. You're going to take away from people's families? Why are you so racist? Why do you hate Latinos so much? Why do I mean, you tell me what all the talking points are going to be. I'm going to love every single one of them. You're going to watch people just get hysterical. This is when my favorite time of the year, when politics becomes incredibly emotional. Now that Donald Trump is coming into power, now that Donald Trump is announcing some of the policies he's going to be pushing, which have already made places better. He's not even in power yet. You're gonna watch all these emotional arguments start to unfold before your eyes.
The chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get me go beyond his time.
Shut up. We have
I'm speaking.
an agreement
I'm
between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one witness, one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the.
Do you see how my head is leaned down? I'm talking down to you, Tom. Do you see how my head is like this? I think less of you. I think horrible thoughts of you. Because you're going to call me out on my bullshit. And I don't like that. I don't like when someone comes in here and says things like zero tolerance border policy. Because then that means I can't go on the internet and lie about it. I can't go on the internet and freak out and claim things that aren't necessarily true. We had a bipartisan border security bill. Yes, there was like Ukraine funds attached to it. And yes, there was just a bunch of extra agents being put at the border. And yes, they were just going to process these people faster. They were going to not actually secure the border, but we called it a border security bill and it was bipartisan. And now you're going to come down here and shut down the border? I don't think so. We're keeping it open because we're all about border security by keeping it open and allowing fentanyl just to pour in. Dan says, I was told that America's economy can't survive without illegal immigrants. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun talking point. That's a fun talking point. Yeah, it'll shift a little bit for sure. And there will be some companies that will be scrapped. They'll be a little scrapped. They'll be a little nervous. They'll be freaking out that they're going to have to maybe actually hire Americans. Oh my God, think of the possibilities. Think of the outrage. How dare you force me to hire these American workers when I could just hire a bunch of illegals and pay them under the table? They're just not doing, Americans just won't do dishwasher jobs. Like, yeah, for $5 an hour? No, you're probably right. You're gonna have to pay a little bit more. Oh, I thought you were a free market capitalist. Yeah, we'll see how everything pans out. I'm holding out hope. As always, per usual, I'm trying to be fair and balanced. I don't know if it'll change anything. I don't know if Tom's going to come in and actually do anything that everyone's freaking out that he's going to do. I don't know if it's all just a bunch of talking points, a bunch of hoopla to get everyone pumped up and excited. Oh, we're tickling the ears of the base because we know that's what they want to hear. And then once we get in power, sorry, there's nothing we can do. There's Democrats. There's Democrats and they get scary. They're filibustering us. They're literally talking forever. They won't shut up. They won't shut up. But as this news continues to break, you're going to see how MSNBC starts to freaking out. Let's even see if this is on MSNBC's front news. Let's see. What is this? What this MAGA pundit's middle finger rally cry suggests about some Trump voters. That's their top freaking story. God, look at this picture. The amount of cringe that comes from MSNBC is fantastic. How is this your top story? There are big things happening in the world. And this is your top, this is your number one, this is your go-to, this is like what you should hear. Understanding today's news. One moment in the presidential debate foreshadowed Kamala Harris's loss. Oh, yeah? Now you have revelation about how that actually went down and what actually that happened. But I think this is one of my favorite talking points right now is that it's going around. Democrats are so pissed off that Kamala Harris lost. They're so pissed off that they didn't have their first black woman president. Asian, Indian president, black Indian president. They're very angry about that. And I kept waiting for this to come out. Why don't they just allow Joe Biden to just step down and allow Kamala Harris to become president for a few days? That way, in America, we can finally have healing and just give it to her. Yeah, because everyone deserves a trophy in this administration. This is DEI to its T. You know what? We have a chance to bring healing in America by allowing Kamala Harris to be president for a day. It's like take your daughter to work day, but with a vice president that you feel bad about.
Is looking for. That is my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States. Whoa. It would absolve her from being able to, from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right?
Look at my man seething in the back. Look. Man, you crazy. You crazy as a You crazy. You crazy, man. You're crazy for saying that. Well, I love that he says it with a straight face. What Joe Biden could absolutely do is step down and allow Kamala Harris to be president. After all, he totally owes it to her. He was totally based and totally beautiful.
It would absolve her from being able to, oversee.
Look, Donald Trump isn't a serious candidate, okay? Donald Trump isn't a serious candidate, and Kamala Harris is serious. That's why we're going to allow her to be president for a day. We're just going to give it to her. That way we can give her a library. Because imagine, you walk into a presidential library, she starts cackling right at the beginning. You walk in. And that's what you hear. And you think, oh, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to learn so much about Kamala Harris. Then you find out her parents and her family own slaves.
The January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate.
This is now.
This is the moment to change everyone's perspective on how Democrats operate, to stir up drama and create news, headlines, and clicks? That was your just main talking point? That's literally what you guys do every single day. That is all you do. That is it. Democrats need to learn how to stir on people's emotions and get people to freak out about what's going on in the country. That's what Democrats need to get better at doing. If they don't get better at doing, this country is lost. How do you say this with a straight face? How do you say this and just totally lackadaisical? Yeah, Democrats need to get better at that. Let's give Kamala Harris the president for the day. I'm in full support of that. I want the Democrats. I think that'll be the tipping point for most moderate Democrats or moderate-leaning people. If they give Kamala Harris president, they just like Joe Biden steps down, Kamala Harris is president for like a month. That's when World War III, Civil War II starts. Because then Kamala goes, you know what? I'm not going to give up power. And I'm going to cackle my way through a civil war. We can't allow Donald Trump to be president. He's a federal criminal after all. He's literally a convicted felon. God, this world is going to get fun. I want his job explaining basic logic and CNN panels to viewers. Oh God, no, you don't. You would go absolutely nuts. Actually, I would love it too, because I'd be cracking up. Too busy to walk through sand. Put Joe Biden in the sand, dude. I've been through some tough sand as well, so I get it. Dan said, I thought she won the debate. Yeah, some people felt that way. I think it was about 50-50. Participation trophy. You know what? Let's end all DEI and participation trophies by giving Kamala Harris the president, and then everyone can just feel how gross it is to hand out participation trophies, and then we can finally stop having to debate about it. All right, guys, I'm going to work. Have a freaking wonderful day. And remember, today is Monday, and Mondays suck at work. But get locked in. Have a good day. Enjoy your day at work. Punch somebody in the face. Eat your sandwich alone, in the bathroom alone. Don't talk to any coworkers today. Be as conspicuous and as sinister as you could possibly be, and don't talk to anyone. Damn it. I hate going to work. I appreciate you guys.